So there's a lot of things that we need to look at to assess where we are, because I think a lot of people are confused right now and they don't realize that we are actually on track. When we look at the charts, we look at the fundamentals, when we look at sentiment, everything right now is exactly where it needs to be for this next run in the crypto market cycle. In fact, there is a reference that I keep using time and time again, and actually have since the early part of the bull market cycle, and it shows exactly where we're at currently. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I have to say, from an ADA standpoint, we're actually in not a bad spot. Would I love prices to be higher? Yes. I understand, though, that there have been things that have pushed ADA price down. There's been a lot of black swan events. There's been a lot of negative announcements. There's been, uncertainty in the markets. And that has caused this price drop basically from this $1.33 range all the way down to, 58 cents and subsequent rebound up to around 70 cents where we're sitting at currently. And in fact, I'm not going to complain where we're at currently. Again, what we're doing right now is we're kind of building that right shoulder of our inverse head and shoulders. Yes, I know the neckline was broken, but that's where our potential may be in the very short term. And I had people asking me about short term. I mean, it could literally be days, a week, a month, who knows? And the problem that I'm seeing is and it's actually not a problem, but what I'm seeing from a lot of people is they're a little bit worn out. They're kicking the can down the road. They're saying, oh, maybe things will get better in June. Maybe midsummer it'll be better. Maybe Q3. And what we're actually seeing is that shift in sentiment, which we need to see in this market cycle, because there always needs to be a point where a lot of people get left behind and stuck chasing price. We were at this point where a lot of people were kind of fat fingering this buy button. They were just pressing it like crazy every time there was a dip in the crypto market, right? Well, now that finger has moved further away, further away, further away, and they're just anticipating more potential downside. And that's where people get caught. All right. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to see downside. Obviously, we talked about the potential of that earlier today. But what I find very interesting here is people seem to forget how much on track we are with the 2016-2017 market cycle. And in fact, when we're looking at that cycle structure overall, this is actually from Ash Crypto, it's very interesting how almost the word is identical we are to that market cycle. Now, it's not perfect, right? But we look at those peaks from the prior market cycle, deep dip, subsequent rebound. Then we had the accumulation phase. Now we have our consolidation phase right here. And then we actually had breakout and retest like we're going through currently. He actually identified it up here. We're actually more like, I adjusted this. We're more like right here. All right. We're right now in the spot before the fun even begins. And I wish I could just cover up the rest of this so you guys could see how much this is basically exactly to what we've done historically speaking. All right. They're setting everybody up so that they can set in the markets, and then FOMO ensues, then adoption ensues, right? I wouldn't be surprised if at some point, sometime in the near term, we get this massive breakout to the upside that catches a lot of people off guard. And then they're stuck chasing. Then we set new all-time highs in terms of the total market cap of crypto. And guys, this might quite literally be a month away. All right. Now, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. But again, when we start to piece all the stuff together, when we start to piece the sentiment in with the fundamentals, we look at the minting of stable coins. We look at global liquidity on the rise. We look at the approaching the end of quantitative tightening. I mean, all these things are aligning perfectly for a big boom in the crypto market. And, a lot of people are going to get caught off guard, and that's fine. I hope everybody's taking these opportunities to accumulate and build out their positions, because me personally, I'm not going to be surprised by this, right? We keep breaking this down every single day so we have an idea of where we're at when we know this might be the last chance to accumulate at cheap prices. We're at the point where every day could be that last day before the market sends. All it takes, guys, is one candle. It takes one green candle and away we go. That's where we're at, right? This isn't the summer here of 2024. This isn't the bear market back in 2023 and 2022 where you were wondering, when is the bleeding going to stop? We're on the verge of a big push into adoption. We're seeing a big embrace from institutional players. We're seeing a big embrace from government. I mean, enterprises, right? It keeps snowballing, and people are ignoring the snowball that's rolling down the hill. Okay. Now, again, people can do whatever they want. I think it's kind of interesting that we are following this 2016, 2017 cycle so closely. I think by the time that people wake up to this, it's going to be too late for them. But that's just what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think we're going to continue to follow this 2016, 2017 cycle? Are we going to do something completely different? Do we have further drops? But have a great day. Show your love below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.